All right, what's good, everybody? It's Chase. We got some Bitcoin movement right now, so I'm gonna hit you with a little impromptu video, just show you guys my levels, because I don't have any clear setup right now, right? We'll talk about some things, but this was probably too much to try to put into a chart and a tweet. All right, so let's talk. First off, we have obvious. What's the most important level that we're looking at right now? In my opinion, it's this resistance area right here. Okay, this consolidation that led to the highs. We also have a high volume move up here. So in my opinion, this is quite an important level. We can see, we had this panic wick, right? And then we had, it proved as support. I don't even really count this wick, but proved as support. And we came down, tested as resistance again, resistance again. Now we're coming up for the fourth touch. Now remember, fourth touches are typically where you break through. So we will talk about that as well. Let's see, on the higher end, if we can break through this, smash through cleanly, this red zone, I do think 55K is in play. We'll talk about a way to potentially get long on that. 1 second here. We can see a lot of people were calling for that head and shoulders. As I said, works like 1 in 50 times, bounces right off. We're pretty perfect here, right? We had a low, we ran the low, and then we retested perfectly. Somewhat even, a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders, which, happen more often because they're bullish patterns, and BTC is typically bullish, and it likes bullish patterns more than it likes bearish patterns. So where do we go from here? Really, I'm flat at the moment, trying to see how we're going to react in this red zone. Let's dig in deeper into this red zone and see what a possible trade could look like. As we zoom in here, I have this bold black line here, and this will be the line that I'll really be focusing on, I think, if we push up. If I go down all the way to like the 15 here, probably. Okay, so this is where I derived it from. Basically, before the big breakout begins, this is your resistance here, This is basically your origin of impulse of the move that is breaking you out of this consolidation. Okay, so we have this consolidation here. We're consolidating. Boom, this consolidation send us out. Origin of impulse here, and the last resistance before takeoff. Okay, so that's an important level to me. And then I go right and I see, well, what has it proved is an important level? Like I said, not really concerned with this wick because it was sort of an anomaly, but we can see a perfect test right there on the 15, perfect closes. A little bit of a chop here, right? But we can see, we're messing around with the level. We close below on that big wick right there, and then we close above, and then we get rejected. We can move right now, and we can see perfect, push through right here. Probably a little bit of euphoria, right? And then you come back down, you close below, retest of the level, perfect. We move forward. You can see consolidation below the level, pushes through, tries to hold, fails to hold, retests it right here, rejects, and back down we go. Another retest of the level right here. So this time around, right, let's say if we push into the level, how do you get long off of it? I'm just going to draw straight up pretty much because I want to be able to look at this as well. We can see here when we look at that, we can see it came up, right? Basically, it retested it once, and then it bounced a tiny bit and right back through. So we don't want to get long on just immediately saying, okay, look, it pushed through, time to get long on the retest. Not necessarily going to work, and you can often get, sort of baited and long the top like this. So what you want to see is you want to see the push through. Okay, so let's keep this highlighted. We want to see the push through, right? And we want to see the retest of the level, and then we can either see a push past the highs to show that this has proved as support, and then we get long, stop below there, and push up, okay? Or there's another scenario where we push above, okay, and we start consolidating, right? We're consolidating, and then you have, sort of your lower high, and then you break that lower high, okay? And then you come back down and you usually play that retest, and that should move right there. That should be your go, okay? So those are some things I'll be watching on this level. It's definitely going to be a riskier trade, okay? It's definitely a bit more risky, but you can also probably get a bit more. You can probably get a good risk reward aiming for 55,000. Pretty much, mostly just inefficient move here all the way down. 55K, because this is the beginning of the breakdown. We can see, high volume move all the way down. Okay, so we got all that covered. If we do happen to reject off this level and come down, we could run all of these stops down here, potentially even this. This level was sort of already tested here. If we did, I'd be, looking to probably long off 45K area, thinking that, we put in this, this level traces all the way back to here, resistance, support, resistance, comes back down, perfect tests, runs these lows again, and then runs the lows again. So you would think that this is probably a deviation and we're not going to get back down that deep. And if we were to get back down that deep, then we most likely fill this inefficiency to around here-ish or so, probably like 40, 42, somewhere around there. But I would think that you would bounce off somewhere this level in here. That would be my guess for now. Obviously, as we get closer, I'll give more updates. So yeah, that about covers everything for Bitcoin right here and what I'm watching. Hopefully it's helpful. Talk soon. Peace out.